僕の楽しみは大木さんの胸をチラ見すること。馬だ。片桐さん。
私の楽しみは岡田君のチラ見を邪魔すること。
Hey everybody, welcome back to the podcast. Danny here, and today I'm talking to you about Girigiri Saegiru Katagiri-san. What a mouthful, so what does that mean? Rom-com slice of life action for today. This came out in April of 2019, ended in December of 2020, and this was published in Draw Sharp. I had to look up what this was because I was getting confused reading the scans, and it's saying Dragon Age. I was like, oh, I know Dragon Age Comics. You know, that's a magazine. I've read some series from there. This is a split for the web version of the magazine, and this is specifically for online-only manga. Basically the Jump Plus. It ran for 40 chapters, and it had a bonus at the end. And this is written and drawn by Tolly, and they've done a bunch of other stuff. So let's get into this, man. I don't normally read the synopsis on these episodes, but just reading this one, I was like, oh, okay, this is what hooked me, so let's just check it out here. Our main character, Okada-kun, is a guy who's at the bottom of the school tier system. His only reason for living is to someday see his classmates' large boobs. However, whenever he so much as makes an attempt, Katagiri, his flat-chested classmate, is delighted to block his view, relishing in his look of despair. Just where will their battle without honor take them? So reading that, it's like, okay, it's just one of those silly rom-coms, right? Like we've mentioned it. If you listen to the main episodes of the podcast, we mentioned it a while back of just saying they'll just write anything for manga and it'll get picked up. And it's, of course, mostly slice of life, rom-com with a lot of ecchi thrown in there. However, this series, not really focused on the ecchi parts. Like, there is some shots of the classmate Oki, she's the one with the huge breasts, but it's never as ecchi or even close to a lot of other rom-coms that you would see these days. And it's interesting that in the description, Katagiri, she's the main female character. They mention that she's flat-chested, but there's not even an emphasis on that either. In fact, the emphasis for her is her ass. And it's like not even a big ass, I guess, compared to like what else you see. But yeah, just interesting pics from there. And yeah, so I dove in just to see, you know, like what's going on. The art, it's pretty fun. It can get expressive, just some interesting faces our characters can make. What really kept me going is the writing. I've mentioned it a while back, like, I know it's a good series when I just don't want to put it down and binge it. For this, like, it's just so humorous, and it goes into so many routes I wouldn't expect. It starts off with, like, the attempt of the week of how is Okada gonna stare at Oki's breast, trying to maneuver himself so that way Katagiri can't block his view and all this stuff, and there's just this clash between them, but it's not like they even talk. It's always just like, oh, god dang it, Katagiri, stop getting in my way, and then she gets like, she just like feels good from it, quote unquote, is what they say. And there was a point in one of the chapters where she looks up like, wait, am I an S? And stuff like that, and that goes on to like its whole other tangents and stuff, and eventually we get more characters coming in, and just seeing everything play out, it's just so fun. Not to spoil anything, but Oki was such a huge surprise of where the mangaka was taking her. It was actually great. Like, I was thinking like, oh my god, like, so we're going into this kind of route, like, what is the end goal for this? So I just binged it all in one day. Pretty easy read. Each chapter was about 11 to 12 pages. The only downfall for this series, I would say, is the last few chapters. I tried looking it up and I couldn't see if this got canceled or not. It was obviously the build-up between Okada and Katagiri getting together, right? That was the obvious thing. As great of a premise as this is, it's also very limited. The fact that Katagiri and Okada for a majority of the series don't even talk to each other is already a problem. And then once they do talk and like this sort of long distance unspoken relationship buildup they have starts unfolding slowly, That stuff was really nice. But then the last few chapters, it literally just cut into, okay, this has to happen so that way we could get to this final moment. And then the bonus epilogue chapter is just, what the outcome is in the future. I feel like this could have easily doubled in chapter length. Probably mentioned it at some point, like especially like talking about Komi-san and like the slice of life aspects of series is we have the gimmick, push the gimmick to its limits, and then you either just become stale or you start unfolding the story and actually getting things going on. And this started to do that, but unfortunately it just ended. So again, I don't know if it did get canceled, that really sucks, because I was just having a great time with it and really wish like it could have kept going, especially because like again, the interactions are very scarce, but they're great, and just would have liked to see more of that. So overall, absolutely give it a try if you just want some good chuckles. And if you just want some good chuckles at the end of the day, Girigiri is perfect for it. And again, it's only 40 chapters. So you'll breeze right through. I was trying to debate, okay, I want to get back into reading manga because it's been a long time. So what am I going to pick? I was like, well, let's pick something that's already over, and let's pick something that's short, like under 100 chapters usually, because I just have so much going on over here. And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot this was on my list, and it was totally worth checking out, and I'm glad I did. And that's all I have for you guys today. What did you think? Have you checked out the series? Would love to hear your thoughts. unversepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments, even outside of manga, we'll bring it up on the main episodes and all that good stuff. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one.